Okay, this is a test. We are testing our live broadcasting. Let's see. Yeah, I think we are on the money. Move, Rich, move.
Move where? Move where?
Anyway, what you want. I just want to say that this is. Yeah, there it is. And do we have audio
Working?
there? Yes, we do have audio. And I think we are good to go. Just a little bit of a technical hiccup since my system totally crashed. I had to rebuild everything from scratch. But here we are. Here we are again. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Power Up Show, the one place where we can talk about the video game industry and other mediums of entertainment. And tonight, we have, of course, from Culiacan, Sinaloa, we have the wonderful, the great, the retroest of them all, Retro Richard. Say hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and not escaping from underground tunnels. I'm here in Culiacan.
Yeah, it's been a while since we were online. Uh,
Something went wrong, Mel.
what? I think we're getting disconnected again.
Yeah, we got some delays, but it's okay. No, I think we're back, but there's a delay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay. Well, there's always delays. But hey, what's up? What have you been doing in this a couple of weeks that we've been offline?
Well, I've been playing mostly MetaQuest, as you well know,
Ah,
and I think there's going to be a lot of conversations within that because you finally were able to pick up your mess and start playing.
here it is, the one and only.
There you
N-
go.
no head strap yet. I actually just ordered it today. Um, as a foreground to all this conversation, I had a lot of Amazon points, so I finally went ahead and ordered them. But I ordered a head strap. It wasn't the Bobro and it wasn't the Kiwi. It was the Casey Bro, I think is the name, which is like something in between. Not too expensive, but it has mostly everything you would need on a strap. However, the package came without a battery, and that totally sucked. So I sent it back, and now I am waiting for the Bobro. I went and ordered the full thing since I got some more Amazon points. I said, well, might as well get the big one, the good one. So that should be arriving next Saturday. So we're going to be testing
Great,
the.
man. Great. Well, I've been playing. We haven't talked in 2 weeks, I think. So I've been playing Batman, and I finally finished it,
Are you
and
Batman?
it was amazing. I am Batman.
Come and say
It
it.
was amazing. It, it is just like playing an Arkham game. I mean, it's what. It's not by what's the name of the studio? I forget. Rocksteady. It's
Rocksteady.
not by Rocksteady, but it sure feels like it's Rocksteady. It's like they gave Rocksteady the keys to do a VR game, and it's just out of you know, it's just amazing. It's great. You do feel like Batman. You do detective work. You go undercover. You fight. You do stealth missions. Well, not stealth missions, but stealth
Mm-hmm.
situations. You know, it's an Arkham game in VR. It is amazing. It's really good. Completely not. I didn't 100% it. There's one riddle, although it's not by the Riddler, but there's one riddle that I can't figure out how to solve it, and
Ah.
I don't want to cheat it, so I'll just have to figure it out at some point.
You'll get it. You'll get it sooner or later. Yeah.
Oh no, and I think okay. So there's one specific that I'm stuck, but I think I might be missing a map something percent. So I'm almost close to 100, but I do want to finish it at some point. I mean,
Sweet.
100% that is.
Yeah, but you're on far off, anyways. Um, I tested. For those who do not know, the Batman game comes with the MetaQuest right now. Oh, and it also comes with the 3 months of Quest Plus, which is the subscription service for Meta, which has pretty good games actually. But
Yeah.
yeah, Batman comes
For
with
the
it.
price, I think it's amazing.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, just a second, just a second. Dog had to go. Yeah, so yeah, it is for the price is pretty good. I mean, the system itself is pretty much $500. Uh, Taking in account the 3 months of Meta, which is what is the price of the Meta subscription? Like the regular monthly basis? What is that? $10 or something like that?
I think it's 50, maybe at most. Yeah.
Let's see. Meta plus cost per month. Well, it's called Quest Plus, right?
Quest Plus, I think. Yeah.
Okay, it's $7.99, so it's $8 or 60 per year. So let's say $8. That's $24, right? And then the game itself.
Yeah.
Arkham Shadow cost.
Oh, that's like a $50 game.
That's a $50 game. So we're talking about we're talking nearly $80, nearly $80. So taking that into account, that the system itself, it would be selling for roughly 325. No, sorry, for it's $500. That would be 425, something like that. So let's say the system itself is around 425. So I think that's a pretty good value, in general.
Yeah, and I think I told you I got it. I got it for $75 less
Oh
because I
yeah,
bought it during
what was it? Black Sunday or
during
Black Friday? Sorry.
Black Friday. Black
Yeah,
Friday.
Black Friday. Yeah, I got it
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit later, but I had to use
So
the
I was
points.
I
So
I was very happy
with the acquisition, yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. That's,
Yeah, I started playing.
so you, how much Batman have you played?
Let's say I got to Arkham, so I'll put it at that, just to no
And that's
spoilers.
it.
But yeah, I just got there as someone else. By the way,
Yeah.
great reference for the character
Pat.
itself. Yes, Malone. Yeah, that was awesome. I was like, hey, you never see matches Malone on video games, so that's a good that's a good one. Um, and yeah, so far what I've played, it's been great. Um, it's been awesome, and so far so good. I'm looking forward to go further into it.
It's good, man. I think you'll like it. The story's really good too. The especially the last arc is good. Everything starts falling into place, and the story makes a lot of sense. And you know, it repeats some trends that you know some story beats that we've seen plenty of times, but it has its unique spin, and I think it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, it is. Also, what else? I've been trying. Well, since I got the MetaQuest, that's around what, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, maybe almost.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, two.
well, 2 weeks. I've been playing the Creed game, the boxing, Creed from those who do not know. There's a boxing game based on the Creed movies,
Championship
right?
edition,
So
I think.
championship, yeah, championship edition. So I've been playing that for an hour every morning, um, going through matches and all of that, and it is quite the exercise. I have to take a shower just right after because holy crap, you are it's like all sweaty and stuff. It's pretty good.
It's really good. I am surprised. I didn't think I thought I would get a workout, but not a big workout because I am like I try to work out every day, at least an hour.
Mhm.
I thought, yeah, I'll play Creed and I'll be fine. Man, that's a workout. I'm sore. My arms were sore this morning. Like the next day, you sweat. I'm not pouring, but I'm definitely sweaty and the headset is hot. Not because it's creating power, just because of, sweating and we're creating heat on it. But it's a fun game. Have you tried to play online?
I tried once, just a single time, because I've been playing. I first played the campaign and then the legacy, which are two separate stories. And I played it on rookie, and now I'm
Hmm.
going on pro, and just you know, going through the motions. I played once online, and it was kind of weird because apparently you can do all sort of different, cheats like just doing like quick jumps, quick hits, or stuff like that,
Mm,
just to win, right? So that's kind of boring because
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't really get the sense of you are doing the workout. It's just
yeah.
you're trying to hit someone that knows the positioning of the controllers against the game to be able to be efficient without actually doing the workout, right? So yeah, kind of sucks.
So you and I will have to play.
Oh
We'll,
yeah,
we'll, we'll we'll be legit.
oh yeah. We don't need to do the toot toot toot.
No, 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 no.
We can actually duke it out.
But man, it's a workout. I really liked it. I was just a little disappointed. I thought Legendary you would play as Rocky, and
Hmm.
you'll be playing some of those big fights as Rocky. So that was the only thing, but that's my bad for thinking. It's just the name. It sounds like Legendary. Back
Hmm.
to the Rocky days.
Yeah, you would think that they would make like short stories where you go through the games, right? Because the fighters are there, all of them. So you would think that they would do
Oh
that.
yeah, they are. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
every
right.
single
You're right.
fighter is there. There's the classics. There's Apollo. There's Clubber Lang. There's everyone.
Our Lang,
So
Ivan,
the fact that they did
I mean
not use
Drago.
the fact that they did not use that opportunity to do like legacy fights, Rocky versus them, it's kind of a bummer. Instead, they went for like a new story with new characters and stuff like that, which is okay. But still, you want to go into that side, especially since I don't know if I don't know if they got Stallone. Chances are they didn't. But whoever did the voice acting, he sounds very convincing.
The
When
voice acting is it's amazing. I mean, if you tell me that's Sylvester Stallone, I'll be like, yep, yep, that's him.
yeah, so it's kind of a letdown. But still, the good thing is that it is expanding to other characters, right? Uh, there is a time on the legacy part where you change to a Mexican character, which is kind of cool. Uh, and yeah, you start fighting all sort of crazy. Oh, did we lost Richard? Rich?
Yeah, yeah. I'm opening the door. Maybe I'll
Oh,
get a
okay.
better signal.
Oh, you just disappear like poof all of a sudden.
I know it's
Yeah,
got stuck. That's
yeah.
why I got up to open the door.
Okay. But
I was trying to keep it close so it wouldn't be too loud to the
mm-hmm.
rest of the house, but I don't think it's working. So
And that's why I'm talking like this now. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm getting
Well,
used. I'm getting used to the new space, but apparently I was being a little bit too loud, so I tuned it down a little bit. Hey, there's family. There's
yep,
family.
yep. You have to take that in
Which
consideration.
by the
Absolutely.
way, speaking of new place and all, it's getting there. It's getting there. Now we have this on the background.
Let me make this big. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Sure.
Let me make you bigger. Oh man, okay. I'm liking that.
Yeah. I still have the big portraits of Castlevania and some other stuff that I have over there, and you still need to hang them somewhere around there. But we're getting places.
Is that I see an Arkham? Is that the Battering, right? That's from Arkham City?
That's no, there it's actually the first Arkham. There's the big box on the back, and the batarang on the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Arkham City is right there. That's Batman. It doesn't really show that much, but I need to get a better
I see,
camera
I see it.
anyway. But
It's it's kind of like a black and white Batman, right?
yeah, black and white Batman, well, gray and black, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and I forgot
Kinda-
something, but oh, I didn't turn it on. Just a second. Just the 1 second. Where is it?
Anyways, Creed, dude, I am. It kind of feels like Punch Out, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. There we go.
No, too much light.
Yeah, you will notice it, but that's a that's a Batman searchlight with Batman on top. But yeah,
Oh, I see. Like, put your hand up. Put your hand up again. Yeah, I can.
you
There you go. I can. Okay, I see the bat signal. Okay, I got you.
yeah, but it's you can turn it on and off. And interestingly enough, with no light, it kind of shows the bat signal.
That's
It's pretty cool.
it's pretty cool. That's awesome.
There we go. No more
But
light.
yeah, talking Creed, it feels a little bit like Punch Out, but you get tired. And by the way, you started on Rookie, right?
Yeah.
I started on Pro, and I was doing really good up until on the first story, on the first campaign,
Mm-hmm.
up until the penultimate fight.
Mm-hmm.
Not the last one, but the penultimate.
Yeah.
And man, I had to do that fight like 6 times, I think.
Sheesh.
And I was like sweating. I was actually I had to stop. I was tired because I played all the way through that fight,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did it like 3 times, and I was just like, I'm exhausted. Everything hurts.
Yeah.
And then the next day or 2 days later, I had to do it like 3 more times in order to beat him. And then the last fight, I was able to do it at once.
No.
But then I started the legendary and played Drago's son, Ivan, I think it's called. His son, and he beat the shit out
It's
of me. I was like, okay, I'm done.
oh, I forgot his name. Is Victor Drago, I think.
Victor,
Yeah.
Victor Drago, that's right, Victor. He bit the shit out of me.
The interesting part is that you kind of feel the size of the characters. Like some characters are more or less on your own level, and then you see like a Victor
Yeah.
Drago, and it's like this big. You're like, holy crap, he's tall.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, with him, you can do a lot of gut face cross ups because he's so tall that he won't be able to cover his lower midsection most of the time.
Yeah.
So you can go like go one down and then one to the face, then just combo it. So the interesting part is
Gotcha.
that the characters you more or less you can find the way to go through them. Like you can sort of find their weaknesses, and then you start exploiting them. So that's pretty cool because that's what happens in real boxing, right? Once they discover a particular weakness, boxers will tend to exploit that weakness, and it kind of works. And that's pretty much something like Punch Out too. You know, in Punch Out you can
Yeah.
also do that once you figure out their sequence and what's their weakest point and all of that. You know, you can take it over. So it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. I am enjoying Creed for what it is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Have you tried the golf one? The mini golf?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Walk around golf?
Yeah, I did probably like 2 or 3. I think I did 3 different courses. Like
What
I
do you
just
think?
went. It's pretty cool. You know, it's kind of odd to try and figure out the aiming because I'm used to real clubs. I used to play golf back in the day over there in Kulikan.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of weird to try and make it work, but you know you get the hang of it sooner or later. So it's pretty nice. It gets you in the mood,
I
and
didn't have, I didn't have many issues with the aiming. It felt obviously I don't have the weight of the club, but
mhm.
I I was able to fit, get into it fairly quick. I was just very surprised. I didn't expect much from it, to be honest. I was like, oh, mini golf is a good
Yeah,
way
it's
to
just gonna
kind
be
of
like a
start
side
this
game,
thing.
right?
Yeah, and then I just got hooked. And the more courses I play, the more I get hooked. The space one is crazy. It is really
I
cool.
haven't been that far. I haven't been that far. I think the last one I did was the Swiss Holland kind of stage with
Oh, okay.
with
With the
with the
windmills
windmills and stuff. So yeah, I haven't played that much,
and the
but
winds and the wind impact your
mm-hmm.
game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
And
that one's fun. I like that one actually.
that's another one we're gonna have to play together because you can't play together so online. So that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Did you realize that you can fly in the courses?
Fly? What do you mean fly?
Yeah.
No.
So just you know how to move. You kind of point and then click, and then you kind of I guess you jump or just you teleport.
Hmm.
Well, if you hold the controller up, all right, and move the stick up, it will shake a little bit and just keep holding up for like a second, and you start flying.
Huh.
And then whatever you move your controller, you fly.
That's neat. Especially
And
to
it's a
go.
good way to experience and look at the course,
Mm-hmm.
Or if you, I don't know, have you been trying to find the balls?
I've seen a few. I don't know how to catch them though. How can you get them? Do you
Oh,
just?
you just with your right one, you just point at them,
Mm-hmm.
and the left trigger just pull back.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I saw them, but I didn't
And
know how to get.
every hole has a ball.
Yeah, I did see that there's a lot of balls all over the place, and you have to capture them to be able to open some other stuff, right? So yeah, I just didn't know, but didn't figure how to grab them, and I did find quite a few. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to try that for sure. What else? I tried a few PCBR games. Well, first before that, I tried
Okay.
a few other games on the MetaQuest itself. So I tried this one, Shattered, I believe it's called, which is sort of like an investigation, augmented reality a game. So you are in your room, and then you start opening portals, and through the portals, you start to look into places that you have to investigate. So you pull stuff from within the portals outside, and then you can investigate them. That's on the VR perspective kind of things. It's pretty cool. It's like a good gimmicky kind of thing. Um,
Did you like it?
yeah, it was okay. I mean, I'll continue it later on. I think there's better stuff to do, of course, like actual games and stuff like that. But that's pretty cool. I also tested it's I think it's like a tech demo kind of thing where you go through this planet or whatever stage, and you first need to get some weapons set up. So you build gloves, sort of like Iron Man when he's doing uh, the virtual parts. You just kind of build it, you use them, and then you do some other stuff. It's pretty much like a basics to learn how to do stuff in VR, right? So that was pretty neat. I don't even remember the name of the software, but it was pretty neat. And
Okay.
I jumped into PCVR, which is one of the main things that I wanted to do with the Middle Quest, of course. And
Uh-huh.
well, I had to try a little bit of Half Life Alex. I didn't try much. I didn't have the time, but I moved a little bit throughout the stages, and it looks pretty awesome. That does look like a you know really like AAA. You can feel like this is a AAA game, right? This is the you can figure how you can play a ton of VR games and they might look like, oh yeah, they're gimmicky and they're okay, but nothing fancy. They don't really look that sharp or they don't really look that great. Alex looks awesome, like on a graphical standpoint.
A-
On
And you have no connecting issues? Are you plugged in with a cable? I would imagine.
I tried both. I tried it tethered and untethered, and they both work great. I didn't have any issues with the AirLink connection. I haven't tried other things though. That's the only one I tried with AirLink a little bit, but I felt okay. It didn't disconnect or it didn't. I didn't feel any particular latency, anything like that. So that's awesome. Of course, you cannot move very far, and you have to be near the modem, anyways, right? So it's like being tethered, but
Sure,
not
sure,
really.
sure.
And tethered will have this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
huge cable. I have this huge cable, so, and it's like very sturdy and very heavy duty, so you can step on it and nothing happens as long as you don't like step enough for it to pull it off, right? But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you get the sense of it because what I do is I have this little hanger right here. So the cable goes here, but I pull it all the way here, and in that way it's always like behind me, right? So I can feel it right here on my shoulder, and with that I'm able to realize where in space is the cable, and that way I don't step on it. Granted, sometimes you'll
Gotcha.
have to do a little bit of a like pull a little bit,
Yeah,
move it
yeah, yeah,
around,
yeah, yeah.
but just not really that hard. I did see a couple of systems that I might try later on in my VR experience, which are they're like ceiling hangers. So if you have a large cable like mine, you put the ceiling hangers, and it will always be going from here up. So no matter where you move,
Okay.
you're connected. So that's pretty neat. And also the cable does have a connection, like a power connection, and that way you're never out of power. You're always
That's
powered up.
pretty cool.
It works two ways. It works to bring the information from the PC, but also it works to charge the headset. So not only are you playing, but you're also charging. So there's no power issues at all.
You get both.
Hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, did you buy Maestro
Yes, yes, I did. And I'm gonna.
on Steam? I would imagine.
Yes. The thing is this, Steam, we talked about this before. Steam has like pretty much half the price of all of the VR games.
Yeah.
So any game that is shared on MetaQuest and on Steam, you will get it for half the price on Steam, against whatever the price is
Yeah.
on the headset, right on Meta. So like for instance, Creed is not on Steam. That's a Meta only app. So I had to buy straight up from Steam. However, Maestro and most of the games that I already got, um, they're pretty much half price, which is pretty cool. And so I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something, and I have it right here. I didn't think about it until right now. Um, I have a strange history with music, so I realized that I'm really stupid to play instruments. However, I'm really good at the rhythm in general and the tunes and all that stuff, right? So there came a point in my life.
Hmm.
Of course, I do not practice it, but there came a point in my life where I studied a little bit of directing, like an orchestra director.
Oh, I didn't know you actually study it. I know you liked it, but I
Yeah,
didn't know you study it.
yeah. So I have my baton. So it's pretty cool because
Oh,
yeah, here it is. This is my the baton that I used when I studied um, orchestral direction. So it's pretty neat because you can play controlless. You have hand motions, and usually
hmm.
when you do this the system will recognize that you're using a baton, right? But again, it's just a virtual thing. But if you grab the baton in the same way, the system will still detect your hand and the baton, so you can actually feel the weight of this, and that helps you a little bit on keeping in the rhythm, which is pretty cool. So playing Maestro with this is awesome. It's great. Now, it's not a simulation game.
That's pretty damn cool, dude.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's not a simulation game. It is a rhythm game, right? At the end, there is another app which is called Maestro VR,
Hmm.
which is an actual it's an actual simulation software for VR and all that. I haven't tried it. I'll probably buy it later, but that is way more of a simulation thing, which means that you have to know and learn a lot more on how to work the stuff, right? For the moment, I just wanted something that would get me close to it, but
Yeah.
feel that I'm playing and not just simulating. So Maestro was a good choice because you do feel it. You do feel the rhythm, and you do feel like you're doing all this orchestral movements and taking your band to do whatever you're asking for. But it is not really it is not really that demanding against actually doing orchestral direction. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty awesome.
Like Creed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is a game. Um, both of them, there are games that do what you're supposed to do. However, it's not a one-to-one simulation. It's a game, so you feel it, right?
Yeah.
And
It's a
and
game. Yeah.
and that's why I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, if I wanted to be doing like actual boxing or actual direction simulation, well, I will probably just go and do it myself, right? Instead of doing the VR thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty good experience. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Are you enjoying your purchase?
So far, so good.
Are
Yeah.
you happy that you bought a Quest?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because you were in that you were part of the campus. Nah, we don't need VR. I don't want to be standing up and moving. I don't want to sweat when I play my games.
Well, yeah, kind of, I guess. Well, that was more Caesar, our friend. He was the one that was saying. He was the one
Yeah,
saying,
yeah, I know.
I don't
But
want to.
you
I
were
don't
never.
sweat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He was more in the extreme. Yeah,
but I wasn't sold on the idea because the hardware wasn't really there yet. It didn't really
yeah,
reach like a certain level of quality. With the MetaQuest 3, you get the new lenses and you get the higher resolution, and that makes a whole difference. Uh, you don't see like scan lines and stuff like that. It actually looks like a screen, like a modern screen, like LCD or whatever. So and also the fact that you can connect to the games on PC and all of that. I think it's right now it's the perfect storm for VR, where you can finally enjoy it without thinking about this doesn't really look that great. It's I'd rather just get a console because to be honest, the cost is the same as a PS5, and I didn't get a PS5 because I
yeah,
already have a PC, right? So getting
yeah, yeah,
a VR headset, it was like, oh, well, it's really worth it that much. So after going through all my research, I figured it was the time to actually jump into it. But that was after you told me that that you got it, and you told me how it felt and how great it was. So I was like, okay, so Rich's, I have a Rich's pouch. Let's im- let's go a little bit deeper into investigation, right? And I went through it, and all in all, it was a good purchase. Also, the fact that I pretty much paid it with points, with free points from Amazon. Also, it's also a good way to jump into it, right? So it didn't cost me that much. Uh, in fact, the bike itself it didn't cost me a dime. The accessories is what I'm paying for, so pretty good. Good
yeah, yeah,
trade
yeah.
off. And I did get a
Hey,
whole
just so
bunch
you
of
know,
accessories.
you've been cutting off a lot.
Yeah.
Like this, like the sixth time.
Oh God.
Usually we would cut like twice, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been going on a lot. And I think it's you.
Yeah, it should be me. I still need to work a little bit on the setup since since the I lost everything, I had to rebuild
Yeah, yeah.
all the stuff on
And I'm just letting you know in case you like. Why is Richard so quiet? Why is he not moving?
yeah, you actually you will. Also, what else? I got this guy.
I think what I. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah,
batteries, they're USB batteries, and the straps. So,
good. What I like about the quest is just it gives you a new experience, a new way to play things that is different the way that we've been playing for the past 30 years.
true. I can tell you an experience like that. I bought another game called the Box Machina, and the Box Machina is a mecha game, and
Yeah.
it feels great because I remember when I wasn't able to get. We talked about this as well. I wasn't able to get the Steel Battalion Mega Controller, like a
It's still
thing
Italian.
like
There
this
you go.
big
Yeah.
with a bunch of 1,000 controllers and stuff. So now that I'm playing Box Machina, it's pretty much that. It's a virtual mech cabin. There's another game that has an even better approach to that, but it doesn't have a single player. It's just all PvP. So
Ah, okay.
this is that Box Machina does have a single player campaign and also like co-op and some other stuff, and also multiplayer, of course. So, but it feels great because you actually do everything. Like you use your controllers, you have to pull levers and stuff, and it's all right there, right? So it feels awesome. And another experience similar to that, I just tested for a little bit. I didn't really use it that much, but I was figuring out how to work games from Game Pass into VR for those who have,
Oh, okay.
which have Game VR. And I tried a little bit of Flight Simulator. I didn't even fly, but what I did do is finally make it work. And when I made it work, it was a whole different thing because when you're playing normally, you have like your screen and I do have HOTAS controllers, like a physical
Yeah.
controllers, but the rest of the stuff of the panels and stuff, well, you have to do it either on like quick buttons or manually with a mouse and stuff like that. Right now, oh, also, well, you feel the cabin as big as your screen, right? With
Uh-huh.
VR, that's the first thing that I figured out. I was on this plane I was sitting down and I was like, heck, it does feel like I'm inside the plane now. You know, it feels like
Mm-hmm.
it isn't really like that big. It's a little bit shorter. It's a single seater, so
Oh well,
I
Mel.
yeah,
Before I forget, I think you have Star Wars Squadrons, right?
that's the next one that I will be testing. I want to feel how that one works. Now, the good thing I understand that that one does let you play like have the visuals on the meta, but have the controllers as your actual controller, the HOTAS,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
is good because all the controls necessary for Star Wars, they all fit on on the buttons on the controller, right? You know, you don't have to go to the keyboard to do anything else.
No,
So
everything
that
is under control.
I think that's gonna be an awesome experience if it's anywhere near what Flight Simulator felt. So that's gonna be neat. And
I played that one because I had it on the first PSVR,
uh,
and it was pretty neat. So I
yeah,
think you'll like it. But it's more of a simulator, to be honest. It's not so arcadey.
mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I was a little. I mean, it's more arcade than simulator, but it's more simulator than it should be. I think for a Star Wars game, that is.
Well, that's the thing. I already played quite a bit of it without VR, and I do enjoy it. I do like it. So I don't think I will have any issue. If anything, the VR will enhance the experience, right? So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that game is way better on VR than without it, for sure.
and I also tried a little bit of No Man's Sky.
Oh, how's that?
It does feel pretty good. I do. still need to figure out a little bit the buttons because since you don't have that many buttons on the MetaQuest against the actual controller, you have to figure out a little bit of how to do this and that. The one thing that I did find a little bit odd is that you really need to figure your positioning of the controllers when you're controlling your ships. Because, for instance, I wasn't able to steer or go up and down like jaw up and down, right?
Yeah.
So I figured out that you have to put your hand like in such a way and then move it to do that, and that's kind of annoying. It was a
Yeah.
lot simpler in Box Machina, but on that one you have one stick that you control like side to side for the turning of
Yeah.
the robot, and the other one you control where you're going, and it works pretty seamlessly. So uh, I'll probably need to figure out a little bit more on how to make it work on No Man's Sky. But visually
But No
speaking,
Man's Sky hasn't. They allegedly, I haven't played it. I mean, they developed the game. I mean, after the fact, they what do you call it, patch it to have VR in mind, right? So it should work unless we're thinking kind of like PSVR, where you have the helmet but the controller is still the same.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think you can do that. You can play with a controller, but once you're once you know that the game has capabilities of actual
Yeah, you want
yeah, you want to do it in that way, right? In no other way. So I need to figure out maybe there's a setting, maybe there's something that I did wrong. I was sitting on this particular chair, so it might feel a little bit different. I have to figure out. Also, the fact that this chair has the the
that.
armrests are a little bit too straight and too sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go like too down. You can go very up. Yeah, quite up. Like right here. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you cannot go too much down. Okay, so that kind of superimposes against the controllers themselves. So I have to figure that out, how to make it work. And
That was an issue that I would have with PSVR one. I had a chair similar to you where the armrests were too high and it was just a little funky.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, because some games um, they need to figure out where is your if you're sitting down, where's your center, and after that it kind of tries and simulate the controllers. But if the controllers on the simulation are too low, then you have an issue because you have to go down and
Oh
try
yeah.
to grab them, and it's a little bit of a stretch there. But when it works great. Um, I have to figure
So
out.
let me ask. So Creed, you play standing up, I would imagine.
Yes, definitely
Golf has to be
has to
standing
be
up.
standing up.
Batman,
Standing up.
okay. Uh,
More because of the fighting, I guess. Once you have to do
yeah, yeah,
this, once you have to go like
yeah,
to do the counters, it's kind of harsh to do it on the chair. So I mean, I haven't tried it,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
figured it would be like that. And also, there's some places where you have to
Yeah, I played all
crouch
of
as well. So
Batman. I played all of it standing up. Uh, I would imagine the flight simulator and No Man's Sky that's sitting down. I would imagine.
yes, sitting down. Alex, I
The
was
same
playing
with the
standing up.
mecha. Oh, okay. Alex was standing up. Okay.
The mecha it was on the seat and it worked pretty well.
Maestro.
Standing up.
Okay.
I I
So a
I
lot of standing up.
I'm imagining Maestro you can do it sitting down
Yeah,
because it will
I would imagine too.
again it will dictate your height. However, there's two things that bother me about Maestro and being sit down, uh, especially the one character that it's always coming to you and giving you instructions or stuff like that. He's of your height. He's of your height more or less.
Uh,
So if you're doing standing down, it's gonna feel quite funky to have the guy you turn around and you see the guy standing up, but the size doesn't match, and it kind of messes with your brain. So standing up, it doesn't matter which size he is. Also the fact that uh, if you get in the mood enough, you start doing stuff like turning around and doing derivations and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
so you have to be standing up for that kind of stuff.
Are you kidding me? I'm like I'm when I'm playing Creed, I do this. Like when Rocky Four, when Apollo is when they start the fight with dragons, like ding ding ding. I do that.
Yeah, ding, ding.
Oh, I raise my hands and I turn around like I when I want.
Yeah, I want to go like, come on, and like, dude, you're talking to the television, right? But you
It's
get
not
in,
even the TV. It's
but
just it's in your eyes.
yeah, and then your eyes. But that's kind of the beauty of it. If the game is done right and you get into that experience and into the mood of it, you kind of lose yourself in those little kind of situations, right? And that's kind of what helps the experience be something else, something different. Like you said, something that you haven't tested in or tried in 30+ years of gaming, right? So yeah, that's what makes it pretty neat. I like it. I
I
like
mean,
it a lot.
the last time I felt like this was when the N64 came out, to be honest.
With
Just like I'm playing something new, something that I've never experienced before.
so in that case, it was jumping to 3D basically.
It was jumping to 3D, yeah.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, when I went to the PS2, that felt great, but it wasn't like it felt like the next step, not like a paradigm shift, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
And the same with the 360, the same with the PS5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, it's not the same.
it-
It's just more visual quality of the same, right? The experience doesn't really
yeah,
change
yeah,
that
yeah.
much. When against the
Except when the Wii came out. When the Wii was well, but it was like excitement at first, and then you're like, okay, this is not quite what I was expecting. Like it's still missed. It's not quite there.
oh yeah, by the way, I do see that I do have drop frames 55. Oh, in any case, so yeah, even with the Wii, I mean, with the Wii, it did feel kind of playing with VR. Uh,
But not really.
but not really. I mean, the only good experiences that I had with the Wii, because I really didn't play it that much. I did have it, but I didn't really play it that much. The really good experiences that I had were Red Steel 2. That felt
Yeah.
very good because you had the gun and the sword and the running and
Mm-hmm.
jumping and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So that felt really good. And Tyler Goods Golf, and that's a
Oh
BGA,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and that's about it. Anything else, it was like, it's pretty much the same, only with the weird controls, right? So
Yeah. Wii Sports, the package game was interesting.
yeah, it
The
was.
first time you did it.
Mm-hmm. Because of the same thing, right? Like the motion, right? The motion made a
Mm-hmm.
difference. The motion makes a difference, but visually it was pretty much the same. Once you jump into this, now you have both visual difference and motion difference, and the mix of them
Yeah.
both really changes your perspective. Um, I also tried Asgard's Wrath 2. It's on the Meta
Oh, I was about to
Plus.
ask you. So how is that?
Oh, that's great. It feels really good. And that one, interestingly enough, I did play sitting down.
Yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense actually. For an RPG that is gonna be like 90
mhm.
hours.
I mean, you could play it standing up, but I tried to sit it down, and it worked well.
Yeah.
And it does have the fighting. The fighting is all based on whatever you do with your hand, right? Straightforward.
Okay.
Um, you do have parries and stuff like that. So when they're going to attack you from the top, you have to parry on top. If they're going to attack you on
Okay.
the side, you have to parry on the side, and it works. It works well. If you have a shield, you have to put your shield right. So
Do you feel any latency? That was a big thing with the Wii or even the Wii U with the Wii Mode Plus. Like
mm-hmm.
even though like it always felt like you're like a second behind. Like it was never a one-to-one
Mm-hmm.
movement. There was like always a little bit of a delay. Even with the Switch, the few. games that use movement, like Arms. I don't know if you ever played Arms, but there was always like
Mhm.
there's this one nanosecond delay, and I don't feel that with the Quest. It feels like real time, like I'm playing with a controller, like a
Mo-
real video game controller.
yeah, most of the time it does feel like real time. It might have like a fraction of a second, but it's
Oh yeah, it has to.
rather
Like it's not.
there has to be, right? But it's not really that noticeable. Especially, I think that has to do with a little bit of how they work the games to be immersive, right? Because once you're immersed on the
Mhm.
game, you start to those things like looking on fractions of seconds of latency and stuff like that, they start to fade away once you're into the game, right? So, so
Not yeah, with the Wii mode. It never like it always felt a
mm-hmm,
little off.
with the Wiimote, it did feel
Always.
like that. On this one, whatever fraction of a second of latency gets lost in
It's
whatever
part.
you're doing, you know?
Yeah. And I'm sure it's part of the design, the way they, the way you parry, the way they attack. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
they consider that to make it not feel that way.
Yeah, and it does have a lot of stuff. Which, by the way, I would definitely recommend a strap, like this kind of a strap. Definitely recommend it for Asgard's Wrath because and not only are there swords and stuff, there's also like whips. So you start
Oh,
just
really?
whip, and you start doing if you just do this, it will probably not go that far. You have to do like the and then you have to pull back and stuff like that. So if
That's not cool.
your fingers play your back game, you might just what lose this thing. So that yeah, I would definitely
Um,
recommend this trap for it. Interestingly enough, that also feels like a pretty top-notch AAA game, right? It has a lot of
well, that was
story.
the selling point when
Mm-hmm.
last year when it came out. That was the game, or a year and a half ago. That was like you buy MetaQuest 3 for that game, and it came packaged with it. It was the
Mm-hmm.
game that was included.
Yeah, but apparently they changed the game that comes included with the system for X amount of months. I think Batman is going to be until April,
Okay.
sometime through April, and then they'll change to I don't know which is going to be the next flagship game for the Quest. But yeah,
I would have to think Alien, maybe? Alien Incursion?
I don't think so because it wasn't a good experience. Apparently, Alien Incursion has a lot of issues on the meta.
Really? Oh,
Hmm.
that's unfortunate.
The good thing is that it's on Steam, and on Steam it's perfect.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Man.
but yeah, I do know that it has a lot of issues on the meta itself. It's all technical issues. It's not that the game isn't good or anything like that. It's just
Yeah, but the
uh,
meta's not as strong as the PC.
exactly. And on the PC, you know, if you have a strong PC, you can the sky's the limit, right? So,
Yeah.
but even
Us.
then, like on the meta, it doesn't have blood for some reason. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so you see
Okay.
the alien bursting from, and it's gonna be like skin clean, and you play it on Steam, it's like splattered all over the fucking place. So so it's an odd decision.
That's what I need. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Maybe they'll patch it. But
Yeah, yeah, I think that's
I
probably
heard
worth a
Hitman
patching.
too. Like, remember I was excited that Hitman was in meta? It's not a good port.
It's not.
No.
That sucks. Did you try it or did you watch the
No,
reviews
I'll
or?
just read some reviews. Yeah, yeah. They're
I
like, nah.
I just downloaded it on PCVR on Steam. So
Oh, that might be okay.
yeah, it could be.
They were complaining about the meta build, not about the game itself.
Hmm. So that's pretty much gonna be the main thing, I guess. But interestingly enough, like Batman, it looks great. It moves great. It feels great.
Yeah.
It uses a lot of different mechanics for VR, which is great. Um, Asgard's Wrath, same thing. It feels great. It has a lot of mechanics, a lot of puzzle working and stuff. It has this one thing that you're playing as the main character, but sometimes you get the favor of the gods, or you turn into like a semi god. So you change to a general vision of the place. So you see your character like very little wherever he's standing, and now you're playing as the god, and you have to do stuff to help your avatar or your mortal character to move around, right? So when you do that, you have this huge stage that you can play on a whim, right? So that transition is great. It helps you to do a lot of puzzles and stuff like that. Everything feels great. So when you jump into other games that are struggling to keep up with the times with the system, you say, is it really the meta and the, whatever it can dish out, or is it more of a programming issue? Um, Sort of like what happened with PS1 and PS2. Uh, the PS1 at the beginning, of course, it was 3D, but it was really crappy. By the end of its life, they
Yeah.
were doing amazing stuff, visually speaking, graphically speaking, loading speaking. They were doing amazing stuff for the system. The system shouldn't give you that much of a it didn't have the right resources to give that, but the software made up for it. So I
Yeah.
wonder
Yeah. Yeah.
if that's something that can be applied on meta, right? Because we've seen those good games. Again, Arkham, Asura's Wrath, they look awesome. They feel great.
Yeah,
So,
I think you're absolutely right. I think Alien should be playable in meta. It's eh, just like anything, it's times and resources, right? So they probably put all their time and resources into the PC. Meta is hopefully they'll try to patch it out, like
mm-hmm.
because you don't. My guess also they don't want to wait too long before releasing the meta version, right? Especially if Alien PC came out a few months ago, you don't want to wait another year to come out in meta. You want
Exactly.
to have it somewhat close so you get the same marketing push. So hopefully they'll patch it through and it's a
Yeah, hopefully we'll
it turns
make it
out
a
to be a good game.
they'll make it a better experience. And other than that, I don't know what experiences are coming. I mean, I've seen a few videos of what's coming out. There's also this one game called Ark. What? It's already out, actually. They say that one is really good. Ark. What? I wanted to find it. Yeah, we need to find it. But that one game is also like sort of a shooter melee RPG. It does have a shooting and it does have melee combat and it's a full blown RPG and they said that one is really good. So that's another one. Let's see if I can find it
Yeah,
here.
I'm looking at the list. Farming Simulator, Detective VR. Let's see what catches my eyes.
Arcane Age.
Living Remains. What would we say?
It's called Arcane Age. Arcane Age.
Dance, Wonder,
And yeah,
Zombie Army.
this one looks great. Apparently, it does have a lot of mechanics also that you can use, so that's pretty cool. So there's good options out there to try it out. Now, the one thing that I'm trying to figure out, or I will have to figure out very soon, is how do you divide your VR time against your non VR time? You know?
Yeah. I mean, especially for you, this well, right now I only have the only system I want to play is VR and my Steam Deck for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't have my PlayStation 5 with me,
But let's say
and I don't have
you
a
had
great.
your let's say you had your PS5. The reality is you don't have a lot that you really want to play in the PS5 right now, do you?
No, not really. I mean, it's the new God of War that is at this point like 2 years old. I haven't played it yet because
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to come to the service, and it just came in. And unfortunate, and this is unfortunate because I would love to play this right now with you. Is the new Monster Hunter?
And that's where I was going. That's gonna be that's gonna be my testing ground of feeling, of how do I feel about playing just VR or just playing PC, or how do I divide myself. The good news on that is that create it's more of an exercise for me, so I will keep on playing it daily for 1 hour, before getting ready
Mm-hmm.
to work and all that. But once Monster Hunter comes out, and that's on this Thursday. Jesus, this Thursday. God, I don't know what's gonna happen. Interestingly enough,
Well, you're gonna get sucked into Monster Hunter. That's that's a given.
yeah, I guess. The only bad thing about Monster Hunter is the fact that I won't be able to play with anyone because the only one that will probably want to play with me would be you, and even then, you don't have your PS5 with you, so
And I don't think it'll be playable on the Steam Deck. Let me check. At least
no,
it hasn't been announced.
no, I doubt it.
Yeah, it looks too much
That's way too,
to be playable.
yeah. Which, by the way, looks awesome. I played the beta, and the beta is great. It's awesome. It's
Well,
just,
it's at least it says unknown. That gives me a little bit of hope that maybe it'll be playable,
mm-hmm. So they might
as
set it up
opposed to
later.
completely saying not no.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. In the
If
meantime,
if if it's playable on the Steam Deck, I'll buy it.
mm-hmm.
I'll definitely buy it on the PS5 when I'm back, but not right now. I'll give me
Yeah,
a few more months.
a few months on the road. Yeah, once you get there, again, I'll be decked out, and I'm gonna go and do low level stages with you.
I'll progress like nothing.
I'll carry you, man. I'll carry you.
Yeah, just like the first time.
Yeah, yeah, that exactly. That's how it happened. The first time it was like, I've been playing this for like 400 hours. Do you want to jump into it? so,
That was
so,
fun.
so yeah, that was fun. Um, but yeah, I haven't played with the meta in the last couple of days. But there was a reason on Space
Like not
Marine.
even Creed.
No, no, yeah. I mean, besides Creed, Creed is a given.
Besides Creed.
Creed is gonna
Okay.
have to happen because it's like a. I mean, I'm zero exercise, right? I do not do anything other than being a couch potato or sitting potato here. So doing Creed it kind of helps me to do a little bit of exercise. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good. But other than that, I
Do you
haven't
feel
played
the
it.
difference from like the first day you played to now? Do you feel like a little not getting as tired, or are you still like,
I don't get as tired now. I can endure a lot
okay,
more. So it does feel like you I'm getting progression there. The only problem is that
good.
once the content is over, um, I don't know if Creed will be something that will keep me on just playing endlessly against characters and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah,
the plan is going through the campaign and then through Legacy on all of the difficulties, and once that's done, I guess I'm gonna have to do the same with each of the fighters, including Rocky and Drago and Tommy Gunn and all of those. Um, so once that's done, other than trying and play against you, I don't see any more that I can do with the game, right? So once that's
yeah.
done, I'm gonna have
Well,
to
unless you
find
get another type of game that
exactly,
demands a workout.
exactly. Which for that there's two candidates. We were talking about this too last time that we talked here about games that
Yeah,
are like full blown RPGs that all the movements that you have to do they're pretty much like exercise, right? So that's probably something that I'm looking into. One is called Shatter Shatterstar or something like that. Yeah, well, that sounded like a Marvel character, but Shatter or something.
yeah. Sounds, yeah,
Yeah,
that is definitely
Shatterstar.
from X Force.
Yeah, and there's another one called what's it called, like a Fit Fables or something like that, or Exercise Fable. I mean, something alluding to that, right? Like
Well, you also have the rhythm game that allegedly gives you a good workout. What is it called? Beat
Beat
Saber.
Saber. Yeah, that would be. And the
Yeah,
good thing about Beat Saber is that if you
cheaper in Steam.
cheaper in Steam, but also very moddable. It's very easy to mod. So there's a lot of
Okay.
tracks you can put there against whatever the game gives you from default. If you want to get more known tracks, you have to pay for it, right? Like a DLC. And there's not
Yeah.
really that much content other than that. But modding it, the sky's the limit. There's a couple of different resources where you can get a shitload of tracks and all difficulties and all that stuff that people make. So that's pretty awesome.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You don't have to be paying a lot to keep it keep it moving. But even then, Beat Saber might not be my full on hit. So I'm willing to test this RPG exercise fit games to, you know, trying to make the most of it. And even then, I mean, there's some games that they still feel like. I feel that if I play Asgard's Wrath standing up, other than the slower times because of the RPG element, it might get a little bit sweaty as well.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Again, there's an amazing RPG game on the Switch called Ring Fit Adventures,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if you can find it here. It's been on sale over there sometimes for like half the price, which is completely worth it if that's the case.
Let's see.
That one hooked me. That one completely hooked me.
Ring Fit Adventure, here it is. And let's put it here. And there we go.
There it is.
It's always getting better. We're always getting better. It keeps on feeling fresher. Better, better. Hey!
Mm-hmm. Kinda looks okay.
That's how you attack.
Adventures that keep you moving. Explore an expansive game world as you run, flex, and play in your world. Introducing Ring Fit Adventure, only on Nintendo Switch.
That's okay.
There you go.
Here it is. Let's try let's try this though.
Oh shit! It almost looks very similar.
Yeah. But the difference is end very
It
soon.
almost feels like they. Dude, they stalled the game, dude.
I didn't really show much.
Yeah, they stalled the game, which is okay.
Welcome to Fitness Fables, a VR adventure where your every move powers magic and saves the world of Alter Terra. Journey through
Alter
living
Terra.
worlds, each with their own challenges. Jungle, snowland, desert, underwater biomes, and beyond. Face epic boss battles where every rep, squat, and strike is a chance to deal damage. The harder you work, the stronger you hit. With over 24 real workouts designed by fitness professionals. Every session pushes your full body, upper, lower, and core to new limits. Take on a full campaign mode, unlock bonus challenges with collectibles, and test yourself in daily challenges that keep you coming back for more. There's something for everyone here. Compete on leaderboards, challenge your friends, or focus on your own journey, whether you're a fitness pro or just getting started. Why settle for a workout when you can save the universe? In Fitness Fables, every move powers the adventure.
There's another
Ready to
game. I'm
transform
just
your
trying
fitness
to
into an
find
epic
that
quest?
the
Fitness Fables is coming soon to MetaQuest.
Oh, I
Wish
should
list
have it on the
today
mid actually.
and follow our socials to start your journey.
Fitness Fables. Let me see if I can find it. Is it already out?
Let's see. Finished Fables. That's
Come
the
on.
one. Shardfall is the other one. Let's see. Shardfall. There it is.
It's time to get up, gear up, and start moving. This is Shardfall Fit Quest VR, a high-octane combat game.
High-octane combat game.
Of a champion. Take on fierce enemies. Level up your fitness routine with hard-pounding challenges, and burn calories with
That looks
full
more like a
body
boxing game.
workouts. A once beautiful world has been corrupted. It's time to fight back and unleash your inner hero. Run.
Oh, there you go. It does have some other
Your
stuff.
way through amazing worlds, avoiding damage and collecting rage. As you level up, the game does too. Switch up your combat style to overcome your opponents. Select perks for your hero and jump into one of 3 game modes. Unlock in-game gear and track your progress with post-workout analytics and personalized tips. Get ready to turn workout boredom into endless fun and fitness motivation. Nice work, but the fight's not over yet.
Yeah, so it does feel more like a boxing game with a little bit of extra stuff to do, but mainly a boxing
Yeah.
game.
Here, let me look for it. That looks interesting.
There's another game, like a boxing game, but it's with mechs. Which is the name? It's actually on sale on Steam right now. I'll play in a moment. And I know because I just bought it. It was very cheap. Let's see, how can I play my games? If we go into...
Yeah, it's mostly a boxing game. I'm reading the reviews.
Let me find the name of that game. No. I can't believe I lost it. Let's see. Recent games.
There's a Kung Fu game on Quest Plus. I haven't tried it, but there's one.
Kung Fu. Underdogs, here it is. Oh, wait a second. Let's go back. Underdogs.
Yo, this city ain't never gonna let 2 base boys like us in. Nah, this the jungle out here, bro.
Oh. There.
We wanna get into New Braca.
What's happening?
Have to fight like fucking animals. Watch out.
I see it.
There's like also like a sort of boxing,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's with mechs. And I read that that is pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Mad World.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right now, actually. It's kind of like a Mad World, but with mechs.
With mechas, yeah. And color.
Yeah. But the same kind of like designs, like a very opaque designs.
Mm-hmm. That looks fun.
Yeah, so this one I'm gonna be trying soon. That was like dirt cheap.
That looks fun. Oh my god. What else do we have?
Well, so far so good. Um, than this, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff to do with the VR, and also I'm figuring out how to stream VR. I think it's gonna be a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier on the PC VR stuff, but there's also a way to stream from the Meta Quest into PC, but it does have latency. Like I can set up the Meta to connect to the TV so that if there's someone here, they can see what you're playing. But it does have a little bit of latency issue.
You can also you can cast to your phone.
Yeah.
Did you downloaded the app?
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. Yeah, I was casting straight out to the TV, right? But yeah, you can cast to the phone, you can cast that to the TV. The one thing that it does have some latency, but they just updated the software of the Meta to be able to connect via HDMI to be able to cast directly without latency, right? But it does require capturing, capturing device and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more complicated.
But then you'll be tethered.
Exactly. But if you're doing the PC, you just cast it directly from Steam, right? So that's all good, or directly like we're doing right now, like straight from the PC, right? So there should be some fun things that we can do there with the streaming.
There's also some community stuff that you can do there, like watch a movie together or hang out at a bar. Like we should try that stuff.
Yeah, like you can do like this huge theater and just watch something on Netflix or whatever. And, by the way,
and sometimes they'll have like, I think they have event. I think they're free. They'll be like, oh, this day we're gonna watch a concert or watch a game or watch this. They have events going on.
Yeah, they have the Meta Quest Horizon something, and there's also some other thing called like VR chat or whatever. So there's different ways to do that kind of co-op experiences. Not so much co-op games, but co-op experiences. So that's pretty neat.
We should try to figure that just to see what's out there.
Yeah, there should be a lot of stuff that you can do there. And other than that, like keep tinkering with VR. I do know that there's a mod, like as an example, a mod to play the RoboCop game in VR. So
really,
yeah, so that should be great.
Well, I'm telling you, you should try Doom VFR when it's on sale.
Yeah, that's another one for sure. And of course, go through Alex. That's definitely something that I have to do. So, the last thing that I want to talk about before we finish this is just the adjustment that I had to do a little bit to get around being able to move smoothly without feeling weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because with Alex, the default controls is the same as most of games. You can put a place where you want to teleport and you move there, right? And if you want to turn left or right, you move like in segments, like boom, boom, boom.
Like angles, yeah.
Yeah. Instead of that, you can place it on a smooth, so you would move like any other like first-person shooter, right? So you move front, back, side to side, and then you can look around, turn your whole angle around. However,
I get you.
the VR headset brings this. Like I said, it's not too hard for me. I'm sort of getting used to it by now, but it does have this uneasiness where if you're like turning your camera left, but you're looking right with your headset, then your whole world is telling, hey, are you going left or are you going
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Right? So kind of feels a little bit odd,
Yeah.
and it also has to do a little bit with the speed that you set up the movement to go.
Well, let me recommend something.
Yes.
When you're turning, there's a thing. I don't know what the technical term is in different games may have it, but there's this effect that is almost like blinders on a horse. You know how
Mm-hmm.
you put blinders on a horse so they can see it straight? There's a similar thing in VR, and I think all the games have it.
Yeah, so it's
Where
safety something or whatever. The vignette, the safety vignette. I tried it. I didn't like it, so I just took it off and said I'm gonna get used to it. And by now, I'm already pretty much used to it, to playing without the vignette or anything like that. The one thing that I have to work with is just the turn speed for the controller itself. The turn to turn left or right. I'll probably have to go a little bit lower on the speed that the controller allows you to turn left or right, because most games by default they're like really fast. So you move so fast that it doesn't make sense to wherever you're looking at. Like if you're looking forward, but you turn right, it will go way too fast for you to realize that your whole world is turning right, but your head is still remaining right there, right, doing this. So just a little
yeah,
bit lower, I think. And most games have the setting to lower down the speed, the turn speed, and I think that should be it. That what that should be the only thing that I need. But other than that, it plays great. You know, I don't have that many issues. I do know that a lot of people might have motion sickness and stuff like that. So it's pretty much on anyone now. But yeah, I didn't have much issue with the motion sickness and anything like that. So I'm pretty good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm VR ready. Oh, and also just the fact that I do need glasses, and so far the my glasses, both of them, because I have two different glasses. One, some glasses are bigger than this. Um, they don't fit on the faceplate, whatever it's called, the face,
yeah,
this thing. So I have to play glassless, and it does affect a little bit, with my vision, right? I
yeah,
might
yeah, yeah.
see things that are slightly blurry, stuff like that. But there's a couple of websites that what they do is they make lenses, prescripted lenses, for the meta, and that's probably roughly around $60, 60 something dollars. So it's not really that bad, and they're easy to put. It's just like just pop off the ones that it has by default, just put the new ones, and that's it. They're magnetic. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah,
They're really good.
yeah. If you get your meta and you check the once you get the faceplate off, the lenses,
Mm-hmm.
they're actually magnetic, so you can just pull them off, and
No, that's cool, man.
you can put the prescription ones, and you're good to go. And they also have like a, anti, like anti-reflection and blue light and all that kind of stuff, like different filters to help you, visually speaking, to help you to cope with all of that, because at the end you are putting a screen right straight on in front of your face, and that can't be good in any in any sort of way, right? So that's so
No, we can't.
I think if I'm going to be investing a lot of time on this thing, might as well get the prescription lenses and be done with it. The only thing you need to do
Yeah.
is just go to your regular, wherever you get your glasses, and get them to the test, and just put the test information within their system, and they'll make the lenses for you, and you're good to go. So that's pretty good.
That's great.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
That will help.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, that's everything I have so far. The show was about demos. There's quite a few demos that we need to play, but hey, you know, it turned out it went back into the VR experience, and how are we going through it. So maybe next time. But for today, I think that would be it. I don't know if you have any other
All right.
remarks that you have for the VR experience so far.
No, I mean, if you can try it out, if it's within your means or you have a friend or whatever, I would highly recommend it. It's a different experience. It reminds me of the first time I played Nintendo in the house. It reminds me of N64 or like PS1, with 3D graphics.
The
Uh,
big jump experience.
yeah, or maybe the first time you play a true open world game, you're like, oh my God, I can do whatever I want. Kind of like that. Although even that felt a little bit more step by step as opposed to like a paradigm shift. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. I'm probably gonna have to get a PC at some point so I can get all those amazing VR games. I would love to play Doom VFR again. I really love that game. Uh, Unfortunately, there's some games that are stuck in Sony, like Astrobot, that will never shoot. They will never pop on VR. Maybe someday, given that Astrobot is so popular now.
Yep.
And there's another one, Blood. No, I tried. Let me see.
Oh, which one?
I mentioned this game last time, and I didn't remember the name, but here it goes. I'm just gonna do a search for best PSVR games, and I guarantee it's gonna be there.
Oh, by the way, once you look into that, Alex is a great buy. It's not that cheap, but it's not that expensive either. It's around 60, so sorry, 600 MXN. So it's not really that expensive. It does have a lot of mods, and they're within Steam. So you just need to say I want this mod, just click on it, and boom, it's installed and ready to go. So it's not like you have to do a lot
That's
of
great.
stuff to. It's on the workshop. So once you get into the game, at the beginning of Alex, you can put there if you want to play a particular mod instead of playing the game, and you can. And there's a lot of stories already out there with modifications on the game mechanics. The two big examples that you say, "Oh my God, I need to do this." The first one, I think we talked about it, is called a contracts or something like that. It's pretty much a John Wick game.
Yeah, I remember.
It's John Wick. But the other one, it's called a Return to Rapture, and it is Bioshock in VR, like a new Bioshock game in VR. So that's why whoa, that's awesome. So
That will be amazing. That's something else.
if there's one game you are buying for PCVR, it has to be Alex just because of that.
I agree.
It's amazing.
The
Which game?
game I was talking about is Blood and Truth. Blood and Truth.
Blood and Truth, and it's about let's
Yeah.
look for it.
It's about is it a heist? I think a heist that goes wrong. But there you go. You put it on.
What do I want? Your
Where's the-
operation.
where's the code?
He's
There
not
it
going
is.
to start an all-out war. He's not big enough. I'm going to go and find out.
You're just gonna walk in there.
That looks pretty cool.
We need to push back hard or we're finished.
Oh, by the way,
For the players.
once I looked into this, by the way, I tried the demo for Aim Crisis, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, how was it?
It is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it is pretty much like Time Crisis. That's as much as I can say. It's Time Crisis in VR.
No, is this the one that I said? I'll pass, but I'll try the other one that looks better.
No,
Which one
that's
is
that's the
this?
one that looks better.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that one I want to play. Yes.
Aim Crisis? Is it Aim Crisis? No, it's not Aim Crisis. It's Aim Assault. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it very much feels like a Time Crisis. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
And yeah, and this one is not like Time Crisis where you get a warning that you're about to get a shot that will actually hit you, because most of the time they're just shooting at you, and there's just that one shot that will hit you if you don't evade, right? If you don't hide. In this one, all of the shots they might hit you, but you can just dodge them.
So you have to keep constantly moving.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you cannot play. You cannot play it. You cannot play it. Sitting down. You have to be standing up because you have to. You know, do a lot of movement over there and hide. The other one that doesn't look as good. But
Actually, before you move on, Creed, do you move a lot in Creed, like to avoid hits?
Just to the back.
Just lean back.
Yeah, just lean way back. You have to lean way back, otherwise it won't detect it. So yeah, you have to go way back. And depending on the game, when it's like the mini games, like for training, on that one you can actually avoid to the sides. At the one where you have the big ball that comes back and then it hits you, that one you can avoid it to the sides without much issue. But when you're in a fight, most of the time it's just lean back or a little bit to the sides, but mostly back.
And then when you're training with Rocky, and sometimes he like goes like this, do you have to go under?
I go back too.
Oh, you go back?
But
Okay.
you can go under. You can go under.
Yeah, under works, but somehow like it's a
yeah.
So back works better. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what we're gonna show? You're gonna go and do something.
No. That's the other one. The other game that you said that it looks good but not as good. It is still good. What's it called? Crisis Brigade.
Oh yeah, I remember. Have you tried Super Hot DR?
No, I haven't tried Super Hot non-BR either.
Do you know what it is?
Yes. But no, I haven't tried it. There's the trailer for this one. Yeah, it's not so bad. It's actually pretty good too. But the other one is a better experience all in all. But yeah, it's pretty good. The good thing about this one is that you can set up how do you reload, and if you go like realistic, then you'll have to reload like an actual weapon. At the beginning it's a little bit like rough around the edges, but once you get it, you have to, if it's a gun, you have to first take the clip off and then grab your clip from your vest and lock it in, and then knock the gun. If it's a machine gun, then same thing, you have to clip off, put the reload your clip, and then you have to go to the side to the well, if it's an AK as an example, an AK-47, you have to go to the knocker on the side, so you have to turn and do all the movement and stuff. And if it's an LMG, well, you can imagine.
All right, do a search for. I just sent you a chat. Pixel Rip 1989. Have you seen that one?
No. Let's see. Let's check it out.
I think it might be in Meta.
This is just PS?
Do 89 though first.
Huh? What happened? David? Was that you?
In 1995, Pixel Ripped is back.
Mel, are you there?
Face the mighty
That's
power of
stuck,
16-bit enemies.
16-bit enemies.
The struggles
See?
of a 9-year-old
I think it's on
boy.
PC now.
Oh,
I think it's on Steam.
Dave. Oh, right. David.
And the ruthless battle of console fanboys.
Turbo Drive is better. That's it. Real gamers need power. Power system is for squares. Cool kids go turbo. Power system. Turbo Drive. Power system. Turbo Drive. Power system. Turbo Drive.
so console games within VR?
A console,
console wars?
yeah.
Help her save the multiverse from the evil Cyberlin Lord. Pixel Ripped.
That looks interesting. There is
289. Look for 1989. Pixel Rip 1989.
That's it. Sorry, but I need to.
so like Atari and Nintendo.
Go outside and play now.
What?
Go outside your world and play now in an incredible new virtual world. The world of Pixel Ripped 1989. You are the Pixel Stone hero. Can you defeat the evil Cyberlin Lord? Save knights in shining underwear, fend off ravenous pigeons, and explore the darkest corners of the headmaster's office.
So did you play this? Did you had this or?
I had them, yeah.
Haha.
And they're on Steam, I just checked.
Okay. Cool.
So 1889 is like your NES Game Boy days, and then 95 is your Super NES
Super
days.
Nintendo Genesis.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
Take yourself with that infernal light box to the headmasters at once.
Pixel Ripped 1989, coming this spring. Batteries sold separately, gear kit not included.
Nice.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, there's also there's this one software called the Side Quest that you can install on your PC and on your headset. And what you do with Side Quest is pretty much download a lot of stuff that is free games and test games and what have you. And there's this one game, something Joy whatever, which is pretty much an arcade, like an arcade place. So what you do is you go in VR into the arcade place and you play all sorts of old arcade games.
Oh, that's funny.
Like since it's fan made or whatever, there's a whole bunch of Capcom games and Konami games and what have you. It's like the actual arcade. So I definitely want to try that out. Although it does require to download the program or the downloader per se, the side quest into the headset, and that's a little bit tricky. So I'm trying to figure that out. But with that, there's all sort of things that you can download. There's also do you remember the old 360 Prey game? So that one is in VR, is like fully VR support, seamless, and it is for free on the side quest. You just need to download it and you're playing it, right? So stuff like that, stuff made by the players. So yeah, A lot of stuff to do there.
by the community.
Yeah, like community. Which, by the way, is a very bolstering community there.